And we've really started doing that first with our compact impact wrenches. That product launched last year, our second generation compact impact wrenches. It's very compact, lower torque, but it's great for your delicate type fasteners. In this past February, we launched kind of a game changer in some way, shape, or form of the M18 fuel mid-torque impact wrench. The reason this is a game changer is because no longer do you need to carry around a heavy tool to get the majority of your work done. With the mid-torque, you can do 80 to 90% of your fasteners, your applications with that product while being in the compact size. But when we take a look at the industry as a whole, we really started to see this cordless shift with the launch of our first generation M18 fuel high torque impact wrench in 2013. For the first time ever, we were able to get 1,100 foot-pounds of torque out of a cordless tool. That changed the way people thought of high torque impact wrenches because nobody could ever get there in a cordless solution. And so what we were able to do is completely replace corded tools in the industry, as well as put in a brushless motor that allows us to get the longer motor length and the runtime our users needed to get the job done. But there was, with our first generation high torque, there's about there's a certain segment where it doesn't give us complete replacement, and that is with our the pneumatic users that are out there today going up against some stubborn bolts, rusted bolts, corroded bolts, fasteners that are really aren't being touched for 10, 20 years, and then now you have to break them off. Okay, that's where the first generation high torque kind of has its shortfalls. But with the launch of our second generation M18 fuel high torque impact wrench, we are completely eliminating that issue. With up to 1,400 foot-pounds of enough busting torque, this second generation high torque impact wrench will completely eliminate the need for a pneumatic tool within cordless impact wrenches. Okay. 1,400 foot-pounds of torque is critical because this is the last resort for those stubborn fasteners. If you can't break it off with a tool like this 1,400 foot-pounds of torque, now you got to cut that fastener off because now it's really your last resort. That's the only thing you can do, and now you got to take that bolt off by cutting it. This will be able to break free with all the fasteners that a pneumatic tool can do, plus some, and we'll show that here in a bit. We are also able to do and have 2 times faster removal speed than the competition. Why is that important? That allows our users to be more productive when working with our tool than the competition. And then finally, not only do we give you the power that our users need, we're also giving you the application speed that we have, but we're giving it to you in the most compact solution in the industry. We took over ½ an inch out of our first generation high torque impact wrench to give us the most compact tool, allows the users to get our tool in tighter spots than any other competitor that's available today. And the only way we were able to do this is by doing a ground up redesign from our Gen 1 unit. So some high level pieces that we did. This is Gen 1, and this is the hammer aspect of the tool. This is Gen 2. We added 20% more mass to this hammer for Gen 2, which allows us to get that 1,400 foot-pounds of nut busting torque. Okay, we are able to get 28% more inertia because of the increase in mass by getting that. That again gets us that torque value. In addition to that, since we are giving everybody 1,400 foot-pounds of torque, we needed to take a hard look at the anvils, okay? You can't just put the same anvil on there because you're significantly decreasing your torque. So what we did, we spent countless hours researching and understanding what the right design is, what the right materials were, what the right manufacturing process is to give us the strongest anvil that is out in the market today. And we've done that with our second generation product. Next, in regards to the size, okay? This is Gen 1 and this is Gen 2. From Gen 1 to Gen 2, we were able to take 4 millimeters out of our second generation high torque impact. All right, this is a brand new motor within this high torque. And in addition to that, the engineering team did a great job of keeping more length out. This is the industry's first, basically it's a back cap design with the rotor molded into the back cap. Nobody else does that today with a high torque impact wrench. And what that provides for the users, an additional 3 millimeters of length savings with this product. So that's where we get the size savings, and that's what Gen 1 to Gen 2 provides from a motor aspect. Now finally, the other big piece within this Gen 2 high torque is we have industry-leading 4-wheel drive control with this product. Right? And what's different though is this fourth motor is an icon. So we're calling that nut removal motor. And what this allows for the users is you'll get the maximum amount of torque needed to break that fastener free. So you get the maximum that this tool will output. But once it senses that fastener is loose, it will slow down to 40% RPM to give us more control over that fastener. And that is important, especially for users like mechanical contractors, iron workers, power utility contractors that are working up high, 8, 10, sometimes 30 feet up in the air. The last thing that you want is to have that fastener falling down and discipline. So we're giving the users more control when removing fasteners. And then, automotive mechanics, for example, if they're doing a service job on the side of the road, you cannot have that lug nut go onto the road of the vehicle, right? So that's just another function with this tool that nobody else has today in the industry. So with that being said, we are going to get our hands on. Jake is going to help me actually with this demo. This is what you're going to use the high torque for. Obviously, we are going to show the performance versus the industry leader in pneumatic impact wrenches. Okay? And we're only going to focus on pneumatic because that was our goal, is to replace pneumatic. During the hands-on time, we have the cordless tools here. Please try it out. But for this demo, we're going to focus on pneumatic because that's the benchmark that we went up against. So, the first demo that we're going to do is a fastening demo. We're going to run these bolts down for 6 seconds, and what you're going to see is these pretty outstanding numbers from our second generation high torque impact. 3, 2, 1, go. So as you can see, in a fastening type of application, we get 21% more torque than the industry-leading pneumatic tool that we see in the marketplace. Okay. Now, yes, fastening is a great number to have, but the high torque is all about removing that stubborn fastener. So we need to make sure that we can break the bolts free faster than any other competitor, and that's what this demo is going to show. We set these bolts to 1,200 foot-pounds of torque, and what we're going to do again is take the industry-leading pneumatic tool, and you're going to see the speed of removal difference between us and the competition. So as you can see, we broke the bolt free in about 2 seconds, whereas the competition, the pneumatic competitor, took about 5 to 6 seconds to do. All right, so what we are providing is more productivity, at the end of the day, more money into our users' pockets, because we can get the job done faster than any other competitive product in the industry. Okay? Right, there's a lot of applications that need specific torque, and there's a few ways that they do it today. First, they have the use of your trigger finger. Okay? Right now, how repeatable can you be by pushing down on the trigger and letting it go? You don't get really any repeatability. It's very manual driven, and what users are going to then take is this click-style torque wrench to make sure that they get that minimum torque value. The problem with that is these click-style torque wrenches do not tell you if you significantly over-torque these fasteners. Okay? So with standard impact wrenches today, you don't have that control that users are truly looking for. The other way that users are trying to get to that specific torque value is with the torque stick. Okay? And what torque sticks are designed to do is take power from the tool and draw it down to get a specific torque value. This one is 120 foot-pounds, for example. Okay? And now, granted, a lot of the industry is taking a high torque tool and throwing this on there. So you're going to see some wide results, especially within the automotive industry, some power utility and some solar installation type applications where they're trying to get that specific torque value. So, how are we different? How are we changing the game? And what we are doing is launching in December of this year, our 1P high torque is truly providing the best solution in regards to an impact wrench that's available in the marketplace. And the way that we're doing that is with this blow counting sensor in the bottom of the mechanism. All right. So this is what you'll see on the tool. It looks very similar to our baseline model. Our baseline model, 1P tool has the same torque, same features, same everything, except for 1P has the blow counting sensor. Okay? What the blow counting sensor allows us to do is It allows us to read 100% of the impacts within the mechanism. And what that means is we can take the number of impacts plus the current from the motor and the electronics, and we can give our users repeatable and reliable torque output over and over and over again on repetitive fastening applications. Yeah.
What do you call the sensor?
A blow count. Yes. Yeah. Or impact counting. You can use both. So what we're going to do is we're going to run a quick demo here on this tire fixture. We're going to take our 1P tool, first pneumatic tool with the torque stick, just to kind of put this in reference. But before we do that, Danny, you mind putting this in Wi-Fi mode real quick? I just want to walk everybody through the 1P app and what this tool can provide. So we have custom drive control, and that is what that means is you can adjust your speed in forward and reverse to basically 350 RPM to 1750. In addition, we have bolt removal mode, so now you can set that reverse torque on your impact to be whatever speed you can set that reverse RPM to whatever speed you want it to be. So if you want your fastening speed to be low, but you want to make sure that you can break free any bolts that you want, you can put that as high as you want with this 1P app. In addition, we have custom torque control. So for users that have repetitive applications like the power utility space, like the solar installation, okay? You can find that torque value after doing some testing, and you'll get repetitive torque results with our tool that we'll show here in a second. We also have, in addition to that, what we're going to do here now is this lug nut control mode within the 1P tool. And what we're able to do is give the users the ability to dial in their application that they're working on. So for this example, this is an F-150 tire, so we're going to pick a truck within the drop down. It's a 21 millimeter lug nut, and the target for this is 120 foot-pounds. So you set this, and now this is going to be set for mode 1, okay? You will never have to change this mode again unless it will always be saved on this tool until you change it again, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to run this demo. We're just going to show everybody the difference between our tool versus the torque sticks that are out there today. Set, go. So what Dan is going to do now is he's going to take this torque wrench and he's going to read off the actual torque values for each of the different lug nuts. But what we want to really showcase is the actual torque numbers. So this first one, 126.7. So again, our 1P tool was set to 120 foot-pounds. The torque stick that we put on the tool was set to 120 foot-pounds. So we're going to see the differences between what the current solution is in the industry versus what we can provide with 1P. And a lot of the issues today and what we're seeing is the reason why it's not providing any value to the users is because you get this wide range of torque. Okay? You can get anywhere from 60 to 200 depending on the type of application that you're working on. We can get you repeatable torque output. We're still recommending that you use a torque wrench to get that final torque to ensure you hit that torque value. But what we can do is deliver a smaller torque range to where you know that you have consistent results over and over and over again. So we had to do an audible. Our initial wave was not working this morning, so it takes a little longer for us to get this value. So. Alright, so as you can see, our tool averages 620 foot-pounds, and that was what we were targeting. When we take a look at the competitive units, or with the torque stick, you got an average of 142, but the problem is you get as high as 192 foot-pounds. But the way the industry is getting their torque today, they're using that click-style torque wrench. They don't realize the amount of torque they're truly putting on that lug. So we're providing a solution that is repeatable, consistent, over and over and over again with our high torque impact wrench. We have 1,400 foot-pounds of torque, and yet we can control it at 100, down to 100 foot-pounds. That's outstanding. Nobody else has done that in the industry to this point. The next demo that we're going to do is in regards to the concrete anchors. Okay? Large diameter cap consists of a 1/2 inch by 4 inch. And basically what I want to show you real quick is in this mode, you're able to adjust and pick the size and the length so that you will understand that this tool will shut off once it senses that the fastener is seated. In current issues today, some of the frustrations are a lot of the fasteners will strip out. This solution will take care of that issue without letting you go with the trigger. So he still has his finger on the trigger, and the tool sensed when it was reached a seated value. So it stopped the tool, and then you don't over torque, and then strip out of the fastener. So with that being said, that's our second generation our high torque program. We're delivering pneumatic replacement with our industry-leading torque, as well as the most repeatable and controllable high torque impact wrench in the industry.